Today, we're going to be exploring the Gambit map, New Arcadia, in Destiny 2. If you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. Now let's glitch. The only true boundary break that I found on this map was over here at the depot. Jumping up here on these pipes, which can also be done from the cave side, will give you a good vantage point to kill a lot of the enemies. However, if you crouch down and turn around, you can also drop down this hole right here, which puts you outside the map. There's a couple different paths, but there's one really interesting one I'd like to show you first. You'll want to head to the backside of the depot by jumping on these platforms. There's a bunch of platforms back here, so take your time. Hunters and warlocks should be able to access this. Moving along, you can jump down here and land on top of the mountain underneath the level. Doing this will put you in a pretty unique position. Say you jumped out here because somebody was invading and you didn't want to lose your 15 motes. Well, you can actually bank from under the map. Jumping under to this cliff will get you close enough to where you can deposit the motes. As a hunter, you'll definitely die. As a warlock or titan, you might be able to float through it. On the backside of the depot, right before we jump down, you can sword fly across and land on this cliff. Getting over here will give you a good perspective of the drifter ship. Sadly, there's a bunch of soft barriers out here and turnback barriers that will stop you from getting any further. You do get this cool perspective of the back of the depot though. Hopping back down to this cliff where we were able to bank our motes, we can get further down below the map and get an interesting perspective. If you look closely, you'll actually see that you can see the enemy side of Gambit. They basically copy pasted both sides and have them in the same instance, which I thought was really interesting. Of course, how else would they do that? Taking a right when you drop down through the hole will allow you to get under and on top of the cavern. This really is a sight to be seen, so I'm going to take you through some of it, but I do suggest you do this and explore for yourself. There's a ton of nook and crannies, especially when you're on top, so don't miss your chance to check it out. Here's a unique perspective of the Cabal dropships and how they spawn. Since this has two instances of New Arcadia, you can see that there is another drifter ship and the city. Walking slowly allows you to see the different various layers of art be drawn at different times. Last but not least, over here at the gulch, I found this little cliff that you can stand on that does not have a turn back barrier. There's also a nice little interesting hole underneath. I wasn't able to glitch in, but maybe one of you can. If you learned something new or enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. If you didn't, then put a downvote and let us know why in the comments. And as always, stay curious, Guardians.